Welcome back to the show, everybody. We got a great one lined up for you. We got Jamie Dimon, Ethereum hard fork. France approves a Bitcoin ETF, central bank training deck. Why is it Ripple in it? Brad Garlinghouse update on the court case, the personal lawsuit, and we'll also ask the question, is Ripple staying in the United States? And we'll get his answer. Siegel Mandelker and the ex-U.S. Treasury Undersecretary has some important things to say about where we are right now. And what does Google know that we don't? We're going to ask that question because I think it's pretty significant when it comes to us in the digital asset space. And are we headed to an XRP $1 plus very soon? Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to hear from Coins Kid. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at BackUpBradleyAbove and everything that we're talking about here today. Right now, we're sitting at 70 cents, 0.7081 for XRP, ranging between 0.7034 and the upper part of the range is 0.7388. We'll keep an eye on that, and we're going to hear from Coins Kid before we get out of here today about what may be in front of us. What are we looking for if we break up to the upside, and what are we looking for if we break to the downside? So with that being said, the cryptocurrency market cap is up 4.73% right now, and that's not bad. We're getting some money back in the market just in the last few hours. Obviously still $1 trillion missing, so we'll keep an eye on what goes on with that as well. So now looking right here, we all know Jamie Dimon, if you've been in this space, had been threatening to fire anyone working for him that was dabbling in Bitcoin, selling it, or anything like that. And now all of a sudden, right? Now all of a sudden, they're offering it to their private bank clients, the wealthiest list of clients first. Yeah. And that's how it goes, right? And then it trickles down to just a good old you and me at some point. Well, we won't be there anyway, unless you probably got $5 or $10 million minimum for an account. But the truth is that they're in the game, and it proves to me, and as it should, I think everyone else, that when they were publicly saying over the last handful of years that they'd fire anybody that was messing with crypto, they were buying. They were really accumulating during that time. And that is the term talking your book, when you talk something down publicly, but then acquire it behind the scenes privately. So there we go. They're in the game, and it's JP Morgan, ladies and gentlemen. How about that one? Yeah, it's a biggie. All right, looking right here, this is the hype ahead of the London hard fork. For Ethereum co-founder Joseph Lubin has implied that the crypto in transitioning to a ultrasound money ahead of the update. Is it time for long Ethereum? That is the question. Will they come out of this hard fork for the better? And I hope that they do. The gas fees on the ETH network have gotten really bad. And the truth is, if you have high transaction fees, because that's what gas fees are, then you're really less inclined to want to use that network. That's the problem. So hopefully they can get it fixed, and we will see if they do. Let's look right here. France has awarded its approval for a Bitcoin ETF. Shout out to Capital Melanon or I don't even know how you say it. I don't even want to keep train wrecking it, but shout out to them. This is what I wanted to show you today. And one of the many things I wanted to show you out of this is Wrath of Conman shows us here. There is a lot in this deck. This central banking training by FNA uses Ripple as an example of a company using FNA to stimulate liquidity needs to launch a new service. What new service? When? If you're not following Wrath of Conman, I certainly would. Just in case you don't know, FNA is a deep technology firm specializing in advanced network analytics and simulations. And this is the document that he was talking about right here. And if we go to page 31, you can see use case liquidity optimization, and it breaks it down. Ripple defines liquidity requirements with FNA. And background here is it gives the RTGS, FX, and real remittance system network, which relies upon traditional nostro-vostro relationships between its members and launching a new service it needed to prepare market and its members for their day one liquidity requirements. How about that? And look at all these big major currencies here. Yeah. Interledger protocol is cited as well. Yeah. So I think from this, Ripple used FNA to stimulate the liquidity needs for banking interacting over the network over time. That made it possible to determine the required liquidity flows within a hub bank to support the projected network volumes and values and to justify the benefits of the new service network. Yeah, go RippleNet. Right? I mean, that's just amazing what we're talking about here. Now, listen, let's change gears because I want to make you aware of that so you know it, and shout out again to Wrath Common. But I want to change gears here to the update of Brad Garlinghouse's individual case with the SEC, because remember, Chris and Brad are also individually being sued as well. The fatal flaw says all the money here, and rightfully so, I believe, in the case of the transactions conducted on such foreign trading platforms, both the offers of XRP and the sales of XRP occurred on the books and records of the respective platforms and therefore geographically outside the United States. Nanny, nanny, boo, boo, SEC. Yeah. That's what we're talking about. You know, it's going to be the SEC, obviously, for those that may not know, not familiar, very quickly. Brad and Chris were also personally accused of selling off their XRP to U.S. investors. But obviously, the information is going to prove otherwise, right? That's what it appears. So we'll keep looking at that. Why is Ripple staying in the U.S.? Good question. But you know what? Brad Garlinghouse explains it, and it makes good sense. He said, amid the ongoing legal fight with the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission and the regulatory barrage on the broader cryptocurrency industry, Ripple's decision to keep its global headquarters in San Francisco might raise some eyebrows considering how much is at stake. CEO Brad Garlinghouse, who joined the Aspen Institute's virtual forum earlier today on the video conference app, said that the distributed ledger company is already to some degree moving out of the States by hiring more people in other countries. So there is a tipping point here. However, he does go on to claim that Ripple is not willing to give up on the U.S. just yet. And I think that's the right decision too, right? Because the reality is we see that everything's being pushed to a head to really pressure Congress to put something through, to not continue to drag their feet. The rest of the world is far and away further along when it comes to regulation and a framework and understanding what these assets are. So that's what we need to see here. And I think with the pressure that you're seeing, not only from the case of the Ripple lawsuit plus versus SEC, then you add in the lack of clarity for the whole space. You add in the new turf battle that has arisen publicly now between the CFTC and the SEC. This is a fight that only mom and dad can break up, right? Dad's got to get in the middle here. And dad in this situation would be Congress. They got to come in, they got to put something down that puts everybody back in their own lane. It's that simple. And then we move to this right here, which is the ex-U.S. Treasury Undersecretary. This is Siegel Mandelker, and she lays it down and warns the U.S. exactly about being behind in this fourth industrial revolution. Let's take a listen right here.
Enforcement-only approach landed us. It landed us in this place where we have huge gaps around the world from a U.S. financial center perspective. Without a doubt, China is taking advantage of that. You know, it's no accident that there are more Alipay users today than all of the major other global fintechs combined. And we have to make a decision, right? The U.S. government really has to make a decision as to whether it wants to be at the center of what I believe we have potentially in crypto, which is transformational technology that can bring many, many more people into that financial ecosystem. And that, from my perspective, is the real national security issue. Because if we shove these innovators who are like extraordinarily big brains, right? If we just push them out of the United States, I fear that 3 to 5 years from now, we're going to wake up in a fundamentally different place from a global financial infrastructure perspective, and the U.S. is going to get, in many ways, in many parts of the world, we're really going to get left behind.
There you have it. And I don't think you can really say it any better. And here's another thing that makes me say to myself, we're going to get what we need. The point that, the regulations behind, the clarity is behind, it's all missing. We know this. How long have all of us known this, right? We've known it since you've been in this space. However long you've been in this space, there's no clarity, right? Well, I'm guessing Google knows when we're going to get some clarity, because Google has lifted the ban on cryptocurrency advertising, and you can now advertise for cryptocurrency. What is it exactly that Google knows that we don't? I think it's a very real question. What is it they know? Listen, when you're marketing something, if it's ready to go and you're marketing, let's say that you're marketing the issue of a new car, right? New body style, new engine, whatever, right? How far ahead in advance will that company begin to advertise that new model of that car? Maybe it's a new product for a food product that's coming out, a new version of something you already use, right? A new flavor. When they put that out, they put it out because it's ready and they want you to come get it, right? So in this instance here, I think to myself, Google must understand that we must be on the precipice of getting some kind of clarity. Otherwise, why would they decide right now, yesterday in fact, that this is the time, this is the right time to lift the bans against crypto advertisements? I don't think I'm making too much of it, to be honest with you. I think the reality is it's a huge indicator that we are going to get some kind of clarity to at least open this market up to a greater degree than it is today. Otherwise, why would they let them advertise? Before we get out of here, I told you we'd take a look at price. We'll look at this here from Crypto Toes. It says XRP daily beautiful consolidation over support under the most critical resistance of this bull run. If we can break above 80 cents, we could be gearing up for fireworks. And you know what? He's not the only one to say so. This is Coins Kid right here, and I will have the link in the description box for his channel. Make sure you check him out and listen to this little piece from his video of just about a couple hours ago on where XRP price is right now.
So if you do now break this level of resistance as you come closer and closer to the apex, this is how close a breakout is, a decision for XRP of whether it's going to go up or down. You do have a breakout target. If you break out this level of resistance, then you've got a lovely little upside target, and obviously if you lose a level of support now, you've got a breakdown target, which I'm going to show you. Okay, so with these descending wedges, you're making these lower highs, and effectively, you're finding a foundation of support. Now your technical target is from there to there, and basically if you do break the level of resistance just there for XRP, this is where you could see a beautiful little pump breaking this level of resistance, which is also the resistance of a previous descending triangle, which you fell into, which is a continuation pattern. There is a 68% chance, okay, when you've come up into these and you're creating them, there's a 68% chance of continuation, and there's a 32% chance of, the opposite of the continuation, the opposite of the trend, basically. Because you're in
Now that I love. 68% indicator that will break above, and then 38% chance will break below. And see, to me, that's great TA, because TA isn't an absolute. TA is about percentage and indicators and where it may break up or where it may break down and how strong of an opinion it may. And it doesn't mean just because it's 68% chance that it could break up, that it will break up to the upside, right? I absolutely love that he breaks that down that way. Check it out.
An uptrend, you've come up into it, you consolidated in this range here before building momentum of the next impulsive wave up. That's what you do.
And look at that also, that you're seeing that kind of touch in that same zone there, that kind of support that's being found there. You hit that a third time, you might be set for a takeoff, right? So let's keep listening here.
Doing here, okay, retracing, consolidating, looking for the fuel for the next leg up. So basically, if you break this level of resistance, so this upper trend line of this descending triangle, you could see a lovely little pump. Now do remember, this particular trend line just there is the trend line that we've put in for this big head and shoulders that we spotted on the daily time frame. Okay, there's a big inverse head and shoulders just there that's formed for XRP on the daily time frame. Projectively is playing out right now. Okay, break this level of resistance, you're looking at a beautiful long up here for XRP, and a continuation of the bull market from there to there, from the neckline to the head. If you break this level of resistance, okay, wherever it is, this line, let me change the color of it for you. So we'll put that in blue, okay? So if you break that level of resistance just there, or wherever you come up to break it, you could see if you do actually break out of this descending triangle right now, your technical target is above the trend line. So let's say, for example, we broke out over the next couple of days, you could be looking at a whopping upside here of 98 cents for the XRP token, okay? So, you know, don't break on confirmation, because you could break out here and run into a level of resistance and roll again. So I would personally wait for this trend line to be broken before putting a juicy little long, because you could be looking at a whopping, let's move that down for you, 28% long opportunity. I mean, if it was to go the full tilt from here and break out these levels of resistance just there for XRP, you could be looking at a beautiful 38% upside for XRP. Now, if it does lose the support, you need your breakdown target, don't you? So obviously there is the probability, the chance that it can break down as well. You're fully aware, and that's what I do in the channel. I always show you the potential breakdown targets and upper trend targets as well, you know, for your information, and you can do with that what you want. But so far so good. XRP's come up, it said it was tracing, it's holding a key level of support, okay, which we've shown you, and look how key it is. It's held it. You've carried out a technical target, so that's in its favor. You've carried out this rising wedge technical fallback target where you form the wedge. And right now, if you do start to lose 0.70, okay, on the hourly time frame, look at the hourly time frame. If you do start to lose that on the hourly time frame, on the 4 hour, you're looking at a breakdown target of around about 63 cents, which I would imagine you'd see a bit of a continuation and come down and retrace to this 0.50. And like I said to you, this is a really top entry point in a retracement of an impulsive wave.
There it is right there, guys. Girls, ladies, gentlemen, I would follow Coins Kid. This guy is phenomenal. So make sure you give him a follow. I don't know why I haven't liked that yet, but there will be a link in the description box and the comment section for his channel, as well as all the other products and services that I use each and every day. And make sure you know they are trusted, vetted links. Be very careful what you click on. I'll catch all of you on the next one.